And now, for some strange reason, I can't sleep tonight. So, I'm just going to go straight on into White. To the mayhem on the scanner. Well, my scanner doesn't like the USB power I have to it. IV scanning. $1,000 worth of fireworks going off there on that corner. Big ones too. Wish for the best in this car. It's still being tested and it was acting funny yesterday when we washed it. Most people have packed it in, and at least in this neighborhood. You know, there's that acrid smell of gunpowder. You can tell I'm not an enthusiast. Wow, it's like a fog bank. Oops. The car coming, I better move. Sort of Jeep with his brakes on coming up behind me. Yeah. You know, this is also the evening for drunk driving. Yeah, wow, look at all the cars on the road. I do have my wallet, don't I? Fire pit in the middle of the room?
Dispatch 802, I'll take that. I'm en route.
Oh, he sounds enthused.
Copy 802, en route, Mike Greeley, and I'll show you pushing back over to Texas.
Busy for a Sunday night. Over to the wide. Alrighty, first stop. Triplet. There's police sitting right there, and then the fireworks going off right behind them. These little fireworks debris on my windshield. Ew.
Recognize 70 command, what is your location?
Alrighty.
For a 2-minute car.
Oops, I forgot to hook up my lapse camera.
I got my little last camera.
reported that a party was in the backyard of her house with a flashlight. No description of the party due to distance. As the Harold Lassell party.
Has it.
that sheriff channel.
It's 2319.
Oh wow, look at all the people talking. Enough freedom for one day. Hey, yeah. Amen. Are my headlights even on? Yeah. Oh, 3 people on Facebook. Let's see. Air quality must be very bad by tomorrow. Yes. Yes. Hello? I went into Quick Trip to get something. And, you know, of all things, I'm on my way into work and zero sleep. I wonder why.
Northbound 435, north 535. Missouri 0.5. You're working Fort Edward. Full light Honda Civic with 3 occupants.
I like that. Enough freedom for one day.
435, north 535.
What does that sound like, gun? It's the war.
Okay. We were kind of searching the opposite direction that we all thought, just in case you tried to pull back.
The Trumpers have decided that that they're going to have their president one way or the other.
When they do, you
They couldn't wait for August or November or whenever he's supposed to be the second coming of Trump. The first coming was enough, if you ask me. So they all got their guns and they decided to defend their freedom by taking away others. I'm trying to. There we go. Ooh, this camera really does not like having it stay wide. It really does not like the car. Too vibrating for it. Maybe I should tilt up to get less hood and more hood. I love the smell of gunpowder on the 4th of July.
Fire. 8-4. Over 52, 8200 L Street. Trash can firing.
Yeah. Kansas City has the same kind of fireworks band going on right now. Matter of fact, when I was at Quick Trip, I pulled up next to a Kansas City police officer, and probably about 50 feet away was boom, 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 like very flagrant. I don't know. They're relatively quiet for the fact that civil war has broken out. The air off. I got all the windows open. Probably it sounds like my mic is like a hurricane. Oh yeah. Everybody's blowing up about 100 sticks of dynamite each per person in every yard and every house just about in Kansas City. one year I was driving around and some kids were making a sport out of shooting fireworks through open windows in cars. Nothing like a bottle rocket going right past your face. Very quiet on the highway. And there's still this gunpowder smog. Tossed off a porch, destroyed a tree on my, wow. That would be an intense, outrageous suck there. Yeah, there's some problem with the app that I use and iPhones, and I don't know how to fix it. Every so often it'll glitch. It'll lock up for about a second or so and then come back. Yeah, Casey Momo. Now, you know, this is a result of not. You know what? Instead of going the way I usually go, I'm going to go another way. We'll see what's happening on Mean Street. Spell wrecker? What's that? Unfortunately, some of these words are so tiny, I'm paying attention to what I'm driving and not wrecking them. So I have to squint to see them with my old eyes. Here's the Broadway, John Jordan. They've polishing this bridge. on the one hand, I'm very sad to see this iconic structure go, but on the other hand, the one that they've designed, the promise that it has is tremendous. But who knows? We'll probably be missing the old bridge, especially when they have it under destruction and we have to go around 1 million miles. Can't go straight into downtown.
All over the roadway, traveling at excessive speeds, almost struck several times.
But this is cool right over here. Oh wow, there's a lot of popo over there. Oh, that's a big old pothole. A lot of popo off to the left. Looks like on, I don't know what they call that. We generally refer to the loop generically as I-70. What are we doing here? I need to be on that road, mister.
Engine 46 and quarters.
Lots of popo. They must have pulled over some really bad dude, or there's an accident over there. Or dude S. Alright, now this is really cool right here. I know I'm on the dark camera. Let me try the other one again, see if I'm still vibrating a lot. Now I gotta tilt down. Look at this. Oh, somebody shooting fireworks from underneath Broadway Bridge. Ooh.
Back one.
That's not a bad place, really. Just
Clear northbound, Parker ahead.
don't blow up any trains over there. Looks like somebody's standing, walking in the middle of the road. I don't know. You can hear my shroud on my Super Boo Boo here, 210,000 miles, rattling. Alrighty, here's the place where in the 1970s the mafia blew up buildings. You want to talk about fireworks? They called it the River Key War. Yep, no right turn on red because you got the trolley tracks. And I'm sure that when people try and be impatient and turn, they can wreck a trolley, so that's probably why they... It's a beautiful place here, Delaware Street. Used to be called the River Key. I still call it the River Key. It's the oldest part of Kansas City. Well, Westport's actually the oldest part, but the city itself, Westport, was a separate town at one time.
Get a hold of glass up real quick.
Now we're going downtown.
They're trying to make sure it happened in their city. Let's see if I can get them an address before they send.
They're detouring everybody off the highway. I can't see it from where I'm at, but I can see all the cars on the ramp. Oh yeah, there's more police cars over on the right.
on scene using a booster on fireworks in the street. Conference 39 on
Oh
scene.
shoot! There's fireworks in the street. Oh my gosh. That is terrible. We gotta do something about that. We can't have fireworks in the street on the 4th of July in a city that has banned fireworks. Kansas City lights. lights. If you're not fast enough, everyone will get you. You thought that country song, that's like the theme song, one of the theme songs for Kansas. How wonderful the lights are
Wrong way,
here.
driver call for 142 northbound US 169 1791.
Kansas City lights are about all the stoplights that stop you at every intersection.
Just passed a vehicle that was southbound in the northbound lane. Model or color. This just occurred.
Now, a few years back, they decided they were going to get rid of a bunch of traffic lights to quote-unquote save money. They somehow did studies and determined that there's a bunch of unneeded stoplights that could be replaced with stop signs or yield signs. But wouldn't you know that most of those stoplights happen to be in the poor neighborhoods? And I take a little bit of a beef with it because I walked across one of those intersections and got hit by a car where they had just so happened to remove one of the stoplights there. I agree there's a lot of erroneous lights, but actually what would be more important, I think, would be to get the lights timed. And Kansas City's lights are horribly timed.
Basement that's right off in, there's like maybe so many gate entry through there.
When I talk about a waste of money, think about the amount of time and fuel that's wasted with all the lights that change. Like if you hit a red light, then the next block you'll hit another red light. The next block you hit another red light. Trailer disconnect from wow. That sounds like the kind of misadventures we used to have when I was a kid. My dad driving junk vehicles. That was a drug investigation channel. It's probably just noise. The light is green, but we're waiting on the streetcar. I think. We had a Ford pickup that was a junker that we were driving around. We got on I-70 and we were heading eastbound when, was it eastbound or westbound? I can't remember. We were on I-70 coming into downtown when the clutch decided to blow out. Now my dad knew the clutch was going out for a long time, but he didn't do anything about it. So it picked the most perfect place. I mean, here we are, my dad is jumping out of the thing, getting out on the highway and looking underneath it, and there were pieces of clutch all over the street, which was I-70. We were in the fast lane at rush hour. Nowhere to go, nowhere to pull off. I think we ended up pushing that thing down. Dangerous and scary. That happened in the 1980s. I are old. Maybe it was a bit of a mistake coming down here because I might make myself late. There's certainly a lot of people wandering around. Oh, there we go with the Kansas City lights. Man, that windshield is really yucky. I think it's on the inside. I can wipe it. Nah, you can't do that now. Next Kansas City light. I'll try and wipe it with this pillow I got here. That's probably because we washed the car and I really soaked the floor mats. And they've been sitting in the car drying, and probably a ton of humidity in here. It smells like poo-poo. What did I tell you about the Kansas City lights? I can't do it. This pillow is too thick to get through my maze of wires. How do you get around if you don't drive? I mean, it's sad to say here in this country, if you don't have a car, you don't drive, you're kind of stuck. There are places in the world where you can live perfectly fine without having a car. There's some places, even in the United States, that if you have a car, like New York City, if you live in town, you have a car, it's probably more expensive than trying to rent an apartment.
Yeah, you can go to that Kingbird and Claybrook,
Bus.
and I'm gonna help 36 and 49 look.
You say you're in LA? 'Cause I'm thinking that their transportation system is a little better. Ours is getting better if you see here. I mean, we got streetcars. The streetcars are free, which is amazing.
Dismiss for any information further. Type 1 fire on fire mutual aid is going to be your ground contact.
Life Flight Eagle talking about something to do with the fire department, mutual aid. I got this scanner. I still don't have it completely very well set up to where it monitors mostly what I want to hear. There's, it looks like a camper van, like a Winnebago Revel almost. Yeah, it's a Revel, and it's got some sort of, almost looks like TV station writing on it.
A unit to back on a welfare check at Menorah, 5721 West 119th Street.
I'm in for one heck of a shift today at work. I'm the only one who's working. So, the way things have worked out. The second largest bus system in the USA. Yeah. This woman's working on getting herself run over. J-jogging across the street. I visited LA and took the bus all the way from the train station to Long Beach, which I did not realize is a very long ride. I think it took all of 2 hours, 2.5 hours or something like that. And that was on a Sunday when there wasn't as much traffic. Kansas City does not have the second largest bus system in the USA by far. Ours is not, it's okay, but it's not super great. I mean, they're really trying. They're really trying to make people who are economic. Boy, that streetcar didn't sound very good. I don't know. It sounded like something was loose underneath it. Well, I guess, you know, choosing to come up Mean Street here is not so much residential, so we're not seeing the Civil War going on.
Alright, I'm going to your entrance. Handle entrance.
I remember when I was young and trying to make it on my own, I'm going to get an apartment. But I was living, my friend that I was going to live in an apartment with lived in Independence. And so that meant if I wanted to try and find work in the city, I'd have to figure out the bus system. Well, I had to walk 2 miles from his apartment to the one bus stop in Independence. And I was told it was that way because the city leaders of Independence didn't want the metro buses in their town. And I'm like, well, great. That means that people
Fireworks
who
that freak the dogs out while they're on track.
headlight probably
You want to
not the best time to be driving.
Engine 3, brush 3 on the Phillips 66 call, or have them do the 210, 291 call.
Bumpity, bumpity, bumpity. All this work they're doing here is for the streetcars. All the construction, destruction of the roads. Most of this is
Be advised, re-arrivals are not in progress due to a DNR.
code blue. Code blue means not breathing too. Means if they don't get to him and get him moving, he's going to be code black, which is get a sack. But yeah, they're putting it all in all new water lines here. There's no bus service in Independence. Well, because Jesus might be offended. Smell the barbecue. Ah, Gates. Barbecue. Oop, better get across this intersection. AB. It's supposed to say ADC, but it's AB. Hope they don't come this way. Nope, they're going straight down. What is that? Linwood? I forget where I am. I'm on Main Street in the cone maze where I need to find some cheese after this maze. I hope some good cheese, because this is not a very fun maze.
East 108 Terrace on a breathing problem. Take 4. Heading 42, number 42, 7703 East 108 Terrace on a breathing problem. 84.
Yeah, you're catching me in a chipper mood. I'm actually trying to, like I said, no sleep, so I get very... Keeping poor / thieves out. Yeah, they've really done a good job of that. You know, Independence, like in the early 2000s, was known as the meth capital of the world. Now, what people think is, let's not let the buses go to Independence because we want to keep the trash in. Want to keep the bad people out of Kansas City.
119th State Kansas Tag 903.
That car up there, I don't know if you saw that. It was he didn't want to wait for the light. He ran around and blatantly ran the light. So if the popo were to actually come up on him and light him up, I'm sure he would run. He's up to no good. Coming up on probably one of the worst quick trips in the city. There's a church that owns this old drugstore here. It's an Icon in Kansas City, and they wanted to get a whole bunch of abatements so they could build luxury apartments, and they kind of got turned down. So now they're threatening to tear it down. A church. I say, yeah, you can tear it down when we can tax you for running a business out of a church. Imagine a church saying, no, we don't want to provide more housing for poor people.
6728 North Randall Court. Northeast line from apartment 8. 220 is still trying to get a location for you.
Which is essentially what they did. That's what they said, because the abatement got refused because they didn't provide enough low-income housing. They were just wanting to build a luxury condo on the spot.
874 to 984. How much more was
And
it?
of course, they were going to incorporate the design, probably
It was a very little amount, like 3 or 4 drops.
tear out most of it and leave a facade, which is the way a lot of architects these days seem to work.
Copy information. Fire 84.
I'm not smelling the nice smell of gunpowder anymore. I'm smelling the nasty smell of polecat.
Back towards the creek that we originally searched. He's not giving any interest, but I'm just going back that way. I don't know if you want to take you to.
Coming up on the Frank Lloyd Wright Church. I have to negotiate, figure out which way they want me to go. They have these tiny little signs directing you around the maze. But this church up here was designed by Frank Lloyd Wright, and they have lights shooting out of the roof. And it's a pretty neat little architectural jewel here in Kansas City. I don't know if it's necessarily, I haven't been in it. I'd like to go in it someday, but I don't know if it's necessarily been like one of his most memorable commissions. Matter of fact, I think he got fired from it. And it was originally designed with lights. Oh, look at this. I can't turn left. I have to turn left here to go to Wake. Yeah, it's if you remember at all what was here, you know is the landscape has changed a lot. Winstead's is still there. Somebody tried posting that they were tearing the Winstead's down, but that's not this Winstead's. It was the Winstead's in Blue Springs. They were trying to get everybody to click on their content by saying, bye-bye Winstead's, and everybody got upset. They're tearing down the Winstead's in Blue Springs, which is sad. Empty and abandoned. Build a Whataburger. It always sounds like you're saying Waterburger, which sounds disgusting. Yeah, I'm gonna eat my Whataburger. Okay, how do I go through here? It looks like the northbound lanes are shut off.
You want me out the ED? There's a opportunity to 81 here that.
This is a mess, but you don't catch us grumping about it too much. We're grinning and bearing it because we know it's going to extend the streetcar down to UMKC, and it's, hopefully it'll go from the airport all the way down south. Well, anyways, I am arriving at Wake. Yes, I work horrible hours. Thank you, Sheriff, for changing that channel into a data channel. I need to get rid of that channel. But as I say, I am coming up on Wake, and I can't bring you into Wake with me. That would not be allowed. I'm not working on getting fired that easily just yet. Alright, so here we are. We're here, we're queer, get used to it. Thanks for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe. See y'all later.